Okay, we're in the village of Eyzies. We're going to be seeing prehistoric stuff today. Been living up in these hills for 400,000 years.
Arriving at destination on right.
Well, it was quite challenging, but we are at the National Museum of Prehistory. Big National Museum of Prehistory, and the thing closes for lunch from 12 to 2. You've got to be kidding me. There's a staircase there, and we can see windows up there on the wall of the cliff. This is the grotto of the Grand Rock, but it's closed for lunch too. Of houses that go right back into the cliffs. Troglodyte houses, they call them. Okay, this is a foie gras producer. Here's some young'uns that have been eating something. Okay, these guys are out here in the open fields. They're not in cages. There's geese down there. Here's the farm. And over here is a whole heck of a lot more. Guys seem to be feeding themselves. I don't see forced feeding there. Of course, they do that later in the day, I think. There's a nice store that sells all the products. It's a cute little village of Tursac. Looks similar to lots of other little villages. Not much activity on a Sunday afternoon. And we're through the town. This is the town of Eyzies. This is where the Museum of Prehistory is located. And it sure didn't look like this 400,000 years ago.
Exit.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, and now they're open. We have a woolly mammoth here. This is 7 million years ago, and 6 million, and 5. And here we start getting man about 4 million years ago. At least this guy is upright. Here's where Lucy comes into the picture, about 3,500,000 years ago. And we keep moving on down here. Up here's Homo erectus at 2 million years ago. And then Neanderthal and Homo sapiens down here at the present. This guy, they came from Lake Turkana. After 5 years of excavations and many discoveries, researchers managed to construct one of the most complete skeletons of early prehistoric man. Thought to be a boy about 10 years old, and his proportions are like those of the South Sudan today. Found this jawbone in Georgia. That's over there, south of Russia. That was 1.7 million years ago. This is showing the Eyzies Valley. Now here's a bunch of ancient animals. This is a hippopotamus. Down below is a hyena. Some skulls and great big antlers. Here's a leg bone off a mammoth. There's a great big jawbone of somebody. The head of an auroch. And they were hunted to extinction. They were still here in the Middle Ages. There's Here's one with antlers on him. And this is a Megaceros, whatever that was. Looks like a great big moose. And we're entering a large room of display cabinets. In the past, they didn't have room to show a fraction of their collection. Here's some arrowheads. Well, these look like traces from an impact. Maybe that's an asteroid. Here's how they just started with some rock. And here's one that's carved into a very nice spear point, I suppose. It looks too big to be an arrowhead. Well, this is the way they found this guy, I guess. This is one of several vignettes that give us an idea of how the early people actually lived. Rhinoceros was discovered in 1929, and it's about 30,000 years old. I think he and these bones are from the Ice Age. This is a bison from the steppes, about 22 to 17,000 years ago. Here we have a reindeer. Look at the antlers on that guy. It's 27,000 to 10,000 years ago. Carvings on these stones. And this one's much more obvious, but these are real. So here's a guy with a spear with his leather and fur clothing. And this guy's about to be dinner. Looking down at the town of Eyzies from the Museum of Prehistory, and there's the Vézère River. Here, people were living a long time ago. The old museum was built right back into the hillside here. There's another cliff up there. We saw that from the car. Get a better shot here. And here's some more of the old museum, I think. This is a reconstructed head of a mammoth. There are at least 4 species of mammoths and elephants in France in the second half of the Quaternary period. From about 1 million years ago. They know there were humans here too. Part of the critter that preceded elephants in France. Look at those molars. There's a big tusk of a mammoth. These bones came from a mammoth. Look how big that, I suppose, leg bone is. And this one is a humerus. Lucy is an extinct hominid that lived between 3.9 and 2.9 million years ago. It is thought that they were more closely related to modern man than any other known primate from the same time. This is a copy of Lucy, who was found in 1974 in Ethiopia. She's 3.2 million years old. She was found by Donald Johanson and colleagues, who, to celebrate their find, repeatedly played the Beatles song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Today she's located in the National Museum of Ethiopia in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Back in Sarlat for dinner, we ate at this restaurant that was close to our hotel. Lonely Planet says that it's a local favorite hidden in a beautiful stone house on a narrow alley leading uphill from Rue de la République. The food is honest and unfussy, taking its cue from market ingredients and regional flavors. I had a delicious cassoulet.